sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're all about healthy habits for a happy life.
I like it.
We're going to be looking at this ebook, Healthy Habits, Happy Life, a holistic approach to wellness and well-being. So, are you ready to
Let's do it.
unearth some secrets to a healthier, happier you?
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a good one because it's not just about like the surface level stuff, like
Right.
drink water, go to bed.
Yeah.
It's more about like the nitty-gritty, the real actionable strategies that we can use
You'd love that.
to make a difference in our lives.
So this whole ebook, right, talks about this holistic approach.
Right.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, so it's basically recognizing that everything's kind of connected.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
you know, your physical health, your mental resilience, your emotional balance, like your sense of purpose, it's all interwoven.
Interesting.
And the book argues that if you neglect one area,
Uh-huh.
it can throw off the whole system. So you can't just focus on like your diet
Right.
or just focus on your exercise or just focus on like your mental health.
Right.
You got to look at it all as a whole.
Kind of like if one thing's off, it throws everything else off.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how does this book kind of tackle that? What are some of the areas that it
Yeah.
dives into?
So it covers all the usual suspects like nutrition, exercise, sleep, but with a few like really interesting twists.
Ooh, like what?
So, for example, there's a whole section on the gut-brain connection,
Oh, interesting.
which I thought was really fascinating.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
So, like, you might be surprised to learn how much your gut bacteria can influence
Oh, wow.
your mood and your mental clarity.
Okay, so I've heard a little bit about that, but what kind of advice does the book give on that front?
So it suggests, like, incorporating fermented foods like kimchi, yogurt
Okay.
into your diet to promote a healthy gut microbiome.
Okay.
And it even goes into the benefits of intermittent fasting
Yeah.
for boosting cognitive function.
That's not what I would have expected from a well-being book.
Yeah, it's kind of a surprising
Yeah.
connection there, right?
So is it like really diving deep into the science behind it?
Oh, yeah, it backs up its claims with a lot of research,
Okay.
which I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
But it also really emphasizes that finding what works best for you is key
Sure.
because not everyone thrives on the same routines.
Of course.
And it encourages you to experiment a little bit to find your sweet spot.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely good to have that scientific backing, though,
Yeah,
so you can understand why you're doing it,
exactly.
not just doing it because someone said to.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know we touched on mental resilience earlier.
Yeah.
What does the book say about that?
Yeah, so it talks about the importance of building stress management techniques
Okay.
into your daily life,
Mhm.
especially in today's world. Like, it's so important.
Totally. I need to work on that big time.
Me too.
What kind of things does it suggest?
So it goes beyond just mindfulness and meditation.
Okay.
It talks about things like building a strong support network,
Oh, interest.
setting realistic goals,
Mm-hmm.
and even incorporating humor into your day-to-day life.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
not just like sitting on a cushion, like you said.
Yeah.
It's about incorporating it into your everyday life.
Exactly.
So the book also talks about emotional balance, right? What does
Yeah.
that even look like?
It's all about fostering positive relationships, finding activities that bring you joy,
Okay.
and developing a sense of gratitude.
Mm.
It also emphasizes self-awareness
Yep.
and learning how to identify and manage your emotions effectively.
So all of this sounds great, but like, how do you actually find the time to implement it all?
Right.
Like finding time for exercise and eating healthy
Yeah.
is already hard enough.
Yeah, and the book does acknowledge that, like,
Okay.
making sweeping changes all at once can be overwhelming.
Right.
So it suggests focusing on small, manageable steps, and it provides a framework for setting goals and tracking your progress.
I like that. So it's not just like do it all.
Yeah.
It's about making these gradual changes.
Exactly. It's about building healthy habits that become second nature over time.
Okay, so that brings us to the last little bit here.
Yeah.
Mindfulness and self-care.
Ooh, yes.
This is where we get into like bubble baths and face masks.
Well, those can definitely be a part of it,
Sure.
but the book kind of takes a broader perspective.
Okay.
It emphasizes being present in your daily life,
Mm-hmm.
cultivating a sense of gratitude,
Okay.
and making time for activities that nourish your soul,
I like that.
whatever those may be.
Yeah, whether it's 5 minutes or
Exactly.
5 hours, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So for you, what was the biggest takeaway from this book?
I think for me, it was really the emphasis on the interconnectedness of our well-being. It's a good reminder that we can't just compartmentalize our health.
Right.
It's all connected.
All one big.
Yeah, exactly. And small changes in one area can have a ripple effect.
For sure.
Yeah, on all the others.
I completely agree. So for our listeners out there, as you're thinking about your own journey to a healthier, happier life, what is one area where you feel like you could use a little boost? Is it incorporating those gut-friendly foods? Is it finding that stress-busting technique?
Right.
Or maybe it's just carving out a little bit more time for self-care. Remember, even small steps can lead to big transformations.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as like a final thought for you, I would
right.
encourage you to just reflect on this question. What does living a good life mean to you?
Ooh,
And how can you incorporate some of the strategies that we talked about today
I love that.
from this ebook to help you move closer towards that vision?
That's a great question to think about. Thank you all so much for joining us on this deep dive into healthy habits, happy life. We encourage you to explore the ebook further and see what resonates with you. Remember, your well-being is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah, I love that.